Hello everyone, this is SimTitan1's Gaming and Tech Talk, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at an old Dell laptop that I found at the thrift store today. That's a Dell netbook of some type. I only paid $10 for it, sold as is for parts. No idea if it works or not. It seems to be in pretty decent shape. Screen's a bit dirty. So on the side, looks like we have either an Ethernet or a modem jack. I have VGA, a single USB, headphones, line in, a power jack, two more USBs, and it looks like an SD card slot. And then on the bottom, we just have the battery and a Windows XP Home Edition COA. So I'm going to plug this in. I have no idea what it's going to do. Could do nothing, could work perfectly. We're going to all find out together. I have a light that came on. And let's try turning this thing on and see if we get anything. Can feel it vibrating. Oh, so we got a Dell logo. So no idea what this thing... Oh, it's actually going to start up in the Windows XP. Alright, I'm just going to let this thing start up and just make sure everything seems to be working, and then I'm going to give it a good cleaning, and then we'll see about possibly either reinstalling Windows XP or cleaning up the existing installation if it doesn't have a password. The classic Windows XP background. It doesn't look like it has a password. Come on, camera. You can do it. Oh, cool. Looks like everything's working. So this is actually pretty neat. For $10, I have myself a nice little netbook. I'm not sure what it's doing now. And it's just being slow. There's a good chance that this install of Windows probably has some viruses and stuff on it. Alright, I got this thing started up. And so here are the specs of this thing. And I apologize in advance for my camera repeatedly going in and out of focus. I actually got a brand new phone, and for whatever reason the camera on this thing is absolutely awful. So here are the specs. So we're running Windows XP Service Pack 3. And it looks like we have an Atom N270 for a processor, running at 1.6 gigahertz. And then 0.99 gigabytes of memory. So probably 1 gigabyte of memory in here, and it's using some of it for the video graphics. Alright, so because this thing is absolutely disgusting, I'm going to shut it down. I'm going to grab some disinfecting wipes and get this thing cleaned up, and then I'll get back to you. Alright, and this thing is mostly clean. I don't think I mentioned it before, but this is a Dell Inspiron Mini 10. And then, so the model number is PP19S. So I have this thing fired back up. And it's giving me an error message about Outlook Express wanting to free up disk space. Alright. And then it's also... Well, it just went away, but it's also complaining about the resolution of the screen. Alright, so what I think I'm going to do with this thing, normally I would recommend just reinstalling Windows, but because my only install media for Windows XP is on a CD, I think I'm just going to try to clean up this existing installation. Let me check one thing first. Make sure this account is administrator. Doesn't actually run all that bad, considering it's a netbook with an Atom processor. And like I said, I apologize in advance for my camera constantly trying to change the focus. Unfortunately, there's really nothing I can do about that. I looked through my phone settings, there's no way to manually choose whatever focus you want. Alright, good. So, I'm not going to go digging through the files, but what I am going to do is I'm just going to go through, delete all the personal files, uninstall any programs that shouldn't be on here that I have no use for, and then I'm going to find an old version of Malwarebytes and clean this thing of any potential malware. Alright, so I'm not going to show you cleaning up any personal files, just in case there's something that I shouldn't be showing. So I'm going to stop the recording. I'll get back to you once that portion of it's done, and then I'll come back once I'm ready to uninstall any junk programs. Alright, so this is unexpected and honestly a little bit sad. Mere minutes after I stopped the recording and I was already going through and deleting some personal files, this thing just randomly decided to turn off on me, and I can't get it to stay on again for more than a few seconds. I've already removed the battery. I don't think it's overheating because the bottom of this thing is ice cold still. So it's plugged in. I'm going to try turning it on and we'll see what happens. And not even turning on anymore. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, sorry about that, guys. I was all excited to have a cool project to show you guys, but unfortunately when you buy computers from a thrift store, you simply don't know what you're gonna get. I have it unplugged right now. I have the battery removed, holding the power button down for a few seconds. And people say to try this, but I've never actually had it work for me. Plugged back in. No light. Oh, I got a light. Let's see what it does. Yeah, right before I started recording again, I turned it on. It got to the screen. Got to the login screen, then the power just cut out again. So I'm not expecting this thing to stay on for much longer than that. Yep, it just cut off. And this power supply I'm using is more than capable enough. It's not even getting warm. So, unfortunately, that's it for this computer. I'm just going to bring it in for recycling. So I do have another project that I'm going to be working on. I've got another laptop from the same thrift store. This computer right here. It's actually a 2-in-1. I just don't have a charger that'll fit it. Extremely dirty. You can lift the actual display off the keyboard unit. So, well, I'm going to stop the recording here. And like I was saying, I'm sorry the video didn't have a more positive outcome, but I do hope to make more videos in the coming weeks. Thank you all so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.